Hello children, welcome to my channel. Today's topic is Pythagoras theorem part 1 of class 9 ICSE. Okay, so let's start. This chapter is completely based on the right triangle. As you know, there are three types of triangle. Acute angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle, and right angle triangle. This chapter is completely based on this one, right triangle. Okay. So first let us draw a right triangle and understand some terms related to it. See, this is a triangle in which angle B is equal to 90 degrees. So this is clearly a right triangle. Okay. Next, the side opposite to the right angle. Okay. Angle B is 90 degree. So which is its opposite side? AC. This AC is called hypotenuse. Okay. Remember this. The side opposite to the right angle is called hypotenuse, and it is the largest side. Remember this. In a right triangle, it is the largest side. Next, the remaining two sides which contain the right angle, okay, AB and BC collectively they contain the right angle B, okay. These two sides are called perpendicular and base, okay. Suppose this is base, then this will be perpendicular, okay, or this will be perpendicular and this will be base. They are exchangeable, okay. But hypotenuse is fixed, the side opposite to the right angle. The remaining two sides which contain the right angle are called perpendicular and base. Okay, I have named BC as base, AB as perpendicular. If you want, you can name AB as base. Okay, this can be base, and this can be perpendicular. Okay, so let us denote some letters for this. H for hypotenuse, okay, P for perpendicular, and B for base, okay. P for perpendicular, B for base, and H for hypotenuse, okay. But there is some relation in between these three sides, perpendicular, base, and hypotenuse, which was given by the mathematician Pythagoras, the Greek mathematician Pythagoras, around 2500 years ago, okay. Now what is the relation? S square is equal to P square plus P square. That means the square on the hypotenuse of a right triangle is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides, or sum of the squares of the perpendicular and base. This relation is called Pythagoras theorem. Okay, the Pythagoras theorem states that the square on the hypotenuse of a right triangle is equal to sum of the squares of the remaining two sides, or sum of the squares of perpendicular and base. Okay, this is Pythagoras theorem. So I am writing the theorem. The square on the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. This is Pythagoras theorem. Okay, the square on the hypotenuse of a right triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Other two sides means perpendicular and base. Okay. This is applicable only in right triangle. Remember this. Okay. It is not applicable in acute triangle or it is not applicable in obtuse triangle. It is applicable only in right triangle. Okay. So from this we understand that if a triangle is right angle, okay, then we can use Pythagoras theorem. Okay, if a triangle is right angle, then only we can use Pythagoras theorem. Conversely, we can say if Pythagoras theorem can be applied in some triangle. Okay, suppose there is a triangle. This is a triangle given to me. I don't know whether the angle P is 90 degree. I don't know. Okay, but suppose square of one side. You can see from this among these three sides, this Q1 will be the greatest. Okay, if square of one side means here suppose Q1 square is equal to sum of squares of the other two sides. If this is applicable in this triangle, okay, if square of one side is equal to sum of squares of the other two sides, then definitely it is a right triangle. Okay, definitely it is a right triangle. And which angle is 90 degree? The side opposite to the greatest side. Which is the greatest side here? Q1. So which is its opposite vertex? If Q1 is the greatest side, its opposite vertex is, you can see, P. So angle P will be 90 degree. Okay. This is called converse of Pythagoras theorem. Right triangle to Pythagoras, that is Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras to right triangle, that is converse of Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So these are the two theorems in this chapter. Okay. First theorem, Pythagoras theorem. In a right triangle, in a right triangle, square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. Second one is converse of Pythagoras theorem. Converse of Pythagoras theorem means if the square of one side of a triangle is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides, okay, then the triangle is definitely a right triangle. Okay, so these are the two theorems in this chapter. Let us move to questions now. Okay, exercise 13a. Exercise 13a. Okay, exercise 13a. Question number 6. Question number 6. Ready? A figure is given. Angle be 90 degree given. AB 8 cm. This is 8 cm. This is 6 cm. This is 6 cm. AC is 3 cm. AC is 3 cm. Calculate the length of. Sorry, this is O. This is O. Sorry, this is O. Okay. Calculate the length of OC. Let OC be x. Okay, our target is x. OC. Okay, we have to find OC. See this figure, there are two right triangles. One is ABO, the other is ACO, ABO and ACO. Okay, so we can use Pythagoras theorem in these two triangles only. Okay, we cannot use Pythagoras theorem in this triangle ABC. It is not a right triangle. Okay, we can simply use Pythagoras theorem in this triangle. So in triangle ABO, okay, angle O is 90 degree, so definitely AB will be the hypotenuse. So definitely AB square is equal to BO square plus AO square. Okay, this is Pythagoras theorem. Okay, now what is AB square? AB is 8, 8 square is 64, BO square 6 plus x. What is BO? 6 plus x. 6 plus x whole square plus what is AO? We don't know. Okay, so 64 is equal to, if you expand this, 36 plus x square plus 12x plus AO square. So AO square is equal to, okay, AO square is equal to 64 minus 36 minus x square minus 12x. Okay, which is 64 minus 36 is 28 minus x square minus 12x. Okay, 28 minus x square minus 12x. Let it be equation 1. Okay, so I am writing here 28 minus x square minus 12x. This is AO square. Now let us move to another right triangle, which is AOC. You can see triangle AOC is right triangle. So in triangle AOC, again angle O is 90 degree. So which is the hypotenuse? AC is the hypotenuse. So AC square is equal to AO square plus CO square. Again this is Pythagoras theorem. Okay, this is Pythagoras theorem. What is AC square? AC is 3. 3 square is 9. What is AO? We don't know. What is CO? X square. So 9 minus x square is equal to AO square. Let it be equation 2. Okay, so we got now AO square is equal to 9 minus x square. Okay, so see, in equation 1 we got AO square is equal to 28 minus x square minus 12x. In equation 2 we got again AO square, the same AO square is equal to 9 minus x square. So we can equate these two equations. So we can write from equation 1 and 2 we get, okay, we can equate these two. 28 minus x square minus 12x is equal to 9 minus x square. Okay, minus x square cancel. Okay, now take this minus 12x to the right, 9 to the left. 28 minus 9 is equal to 90, which is equal to 12x. x is equal to 19 by 12 or 1 whole 7 by 12 cm. X is equal to 1 whole 7 by 12 cm. So this is the value of OC. Okay. Let us move to another question. Same exercise number 7. Okay. Number 7. In triangle ABC, AB is equal to AC. So it is an isosceles triangle. Okay. AB is equal to AC. Suppose this is A, this is B, this is C. This is equal to this, and X. This is 10 cm. This is 10 cm. Okay. And the area is 60 square cm. Area is equal to 60 square cm. Okay. Now in lower class, in class 7 and maybe in class 6 also, you have studied that area of a triangle is equal to half into base into height. If we take BC as the base, then we have to take some height. Okay. And I have also already explained the meaning of height or altitude. Okay. So from A, we have to drop a perpendicular on BC. Okay. From A, we have dropped a perpendicular on BC. Let it be P. Draw a P perpendicular to BC. Okay. Now in an isosceles triangle, okay, in an isosceles triangle or in an equilateral triangle, isosceles or equilateral, okay, in these two triangles, what happens if you draw the altitude corresponding to the base? Okay, in an isosceles triangle or in an equilateral triangle, if you draw an altitude corresponding to the base, as you have drawn in this case, okay, you drop a perpendicular from the vertex on the base, then it will bisect the base. Means BP will be equal to CP. Okay, and this can be proved. This can be proved using congruency. You can prove congruency between these two triangles, APB, APC. After proving congruency, you will get that BP is equal to CP. Here we don't need to prove, simply we need calculation. Okay, so AP is the AP is an altitude, but it is a median also. Okay, so it bisects BC. So definitely this is 5, this is 5. Total distance of 5, 5. Okay. Now let us find AP. Let us find AP from area. Okay. Area is equal to 60 square cm given. Okay. So half into base, which is base BC, which is height or altitude AP, is equal to 60. This is how much? BC is how much? 10. AP we don't know. Is equal to 60. Okay. So AP is equal to 60 into 2 by 10. Okay. 60 into 2 by 10, 0, 0 cancel, which is 12 cm. So we got AP is equal to 12 cm. Ready? AP is 12. Now we can use Pythagoras theorem and we can find x. We have two right triangles, APB and APC. We can use Pythagoras theorem in any of these two triangles. Let us use it APB. Okay. Let us use in APB in triangle APB. Okay. Do not look at APC. Simply look at APB. Which angle is 90 degree? Angle APB. Angle APB is 90 degree. So the side opposite to it is the hypotenuse. That means AB is the hypotenuse. So AB square is equal to, remember in Pythagoras theorem always try to locate the hypotenuse first. The remaining two sides will be together. The most important is hypotenuse. Perpendicular and base are not that important because they can be exchanged. You can say, means here suppose I am saying that BP is base, AP is perpendicular. You can say AP is base, BP is perpendicular. Okay, I am also correct, you are also correct. So perpendicular and base are not unique, so they are not that important. But hypotenuse is unique, so it is the most important. So always try to get the hypotenuse first. Here hypotenuse is AB, the remaining two sides are AP and BP. AP square plus BP square. This is Pythagoras theorem. Don't write PT. I am writing PT because I do not have enough space. So you have to write Pythagoras theorem. Okay. AB square means x square. AP square means 12. 12 we have got 12 square. BP square means 5 square. So x is equal to 12 square is 124. 5 square is 25 square root. So 169 square root, which is 13 cm. So value of x is 13 cm. So over. Next question. Okay, next question, number 10. Number 10. We have a figure like this. This is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. These two lines are parallel. Okay, means BA parallel to CD. Also, this is 90 degree given. Okay, that means it is the right triangle. Next, some values are given. AB 7 cm. 7 cm. I am not writing by unit. 7 cm. BD 25. This is 25. CD is 17. CD is 17. Find the length of side BC. Let it be x. Our target is BC. So can we use Pythagoras theorem in triangle BCD? Look at this triangle and think whether we can use Pythagoras theorem. Two sides are given 25 and 17. Third side we have to find. But can we use? The most important question is, can we use? Randomly we cannot use. We can use Pythagoras theorem in right triangle only. That is the condition. Is this a right triangle? This triangle CBD? No. So we cannot use Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So we have to use some alternate method. So let us do one thing. Let us find AD first. See this triangle ABD. At least this is right triangle. We can use Pythagoras theorem and find AD. One side is 7 cm, the other side is 25 cm. Third side you can easily find. Okay. So in triangle ABD, which is the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is most important. Which is the hypotenuse? The side opposite to right angle. Angle is 90 degree, opposite is BD. So BD square is equal to AB square plus AD square. This is by Pythagoras theorem. Okay. This implies that BD square means 25 square. BD is 25, which is 625. AB square means 7 square, which is 49 plus AD square. Let us take 49 to the left. So 625 minus 49 will give you 576, which is AD square. So AD is equal to square root of 576, which is 24 cm. That means AD is 24. Ready? Still our work is not over. Now let us draw perpendicular from B on CD. Okay? $90. Let us draw perpendicular from B on CD. This is 70. Okay? Let this point be M. Okay? Let this point be M. So draw BM perpendicular to CD. Draw BM perpendicular to CD. This total is 17. Okay? Now look at the quadrilateral. Okay? Look at the quadrilateral A, B and D. I repeat, A, B and D. Angle is 90 degree. Angle M is also 90 degree by construction. Okay. Next, since these two lines are parallel, okay, since these two lines are parallel, this will also be 90 degree, because if two lines are parallel, okay, now if this is x, this is y, x plus y is 180 degree. This is called co-integral angles. Here x plus y is equal to 180 degree co-integral angles or allied angles. Now using this property, we can find angle ADC. ADC, this angle. So 90 plus this angle should be 180. Co-integral angles or allied angles. So this will be 180 minus 90, which is 90. So this angle is also 90 degree. Now in a quadrilateral, there are four angles. If three angles are 90 degree each, the fourth angle is also 90 degree. Okay. Now every angle is 90 degree. In this quadrilateral ABMD, each angle is 90 degree. So can we give some special name to this figure? Definitely it is a rectangle. Okay. So ABMD is a rectangle. Okay. In a rectangle, you know that opposite sides are equal. If this is 7, this must be 7. Okay. If this is 24, BM must be 24. BM. BD is 25. BM. BM is 24. Ready? So MD is equal to BA is equal to 7 cm. Okay. 7 cm. Next, BM is equal to AD is equal to 24 cm. So this is 24 cm. Our focus will be now in this triangle. Okay, in this triangle. This total CD was 17 cm. It was given. Okay, this CD was 17 cm. Now this MD is 7 cm. So what will be cm? 17 minus 7, that is 10 cm. Okay, cm is equal to CD minus MD, which is 17 minus 7, which is 10 cm. Okay, so now we have got a right triangle C. Triangle BMC is a right triangle which has x, which is our target, and we have got the two other sides, 10 cm and 24 cm. So easily we can find x using Pythagoras theorem. So in triangle BCM, right triangle, okay, we can use Pythagoras theorem, which is the hypotenuse, the side opposite to the right angle. In this triangle BCM, angle M is 90 degree, so its opposite side, which is BC, is the hypotenuse. So BC square is equal to bm square plus cm square by Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Now what is bc square? X square. Bc I have taken x. What is bm square? 24 square. What is cm square? 10 square. So x square is equal to 24 square is 576, 10 square is 100, x is equal to 576 plus 100 is 676 and its square root, which is 26 cm. Okay. So x is equal to 26 cm or BC is equal to 26 cm. Last question of this part. Okay. Question number 12. Second bit. Question number 12, second bit. In triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree. Diagram is not given, so you have to draw by ourselves. Draw a rough diagram. Angle B is 90 degree. So A, B, C. Rough diagram. Second bit, AB is X. X. This is 4x plus 4. This is 4x plus 4. AC is 4x plus 5. AC is 4x plus 5. Okay. AB is X. BC is 4x plus 4. AC is 4x plus 5. Now try to recognize which is the hypotenuse. 90 is at B. So clearly the hypotenuse is AC. Okay. So in this triangle, definitely AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. This is by Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. Okay. AC square means 4x plus 5 whole square. AB square means x square. X square. BC square means 4x plus 4 whole square. Ready? Now expand a plus b whole square. Expansion. So a square plus b square plus 2ab. So a square means 4x whole square, which is 16x square. B square means 5 square, which is 25. 2ab means 2 into 4x into 5. So 2 into 4 is 8. 8 into 5 is 40. 40x x square plus again a plus b whole square. So a square means 4x whole square, which is 16x square plus b square means 4 square, which is 16 plus 2ab. 2ab means 2 into 4x into 4. 2 into 4 is 8. 8 into 4 is 32 x. Ready? 32x. Now look at the left hand side and right hand side. Can we cancel something? Yes, 16x square. 16x square can be cancelled. Still we have x square, means it will be a quadratic equation. Quadratic means power 2. I have already explained quadratic expression in factorization chapter. Okay. So 0 is equal to, I am taking everything to the right because x square is already positive on the right side. Okay. X square. So 40x will go to the right or taken to the right. 40x to the right means minus 40x. So 32x was already on the right hand side. 32x minus 40x is equal to minus 8x. 25 will be taken to the right, it means minus 25. 16 minus 25 is equal to minus 9. So we have the quadratic equation x square minus 8x minus 9 is equal to 0. You know how to solve this? I had explained in factorization chapter. Write all the coefficients. Here is 1, here is minus 8, here is minus 9. Okay. So 1 minus 8 minus 9. first into last is minus 9, which is negative. So negative means difference, positive means sum, negative means difference. So think of two numbers whose product will be 9, difference will be 8. Product will be 9 and difference will be 8. So clearly the two numbers are 9 and 1. 9 1 is 9, 9 minus 1 is 8. Okay. So we got the two numbers 9 and 1. Now we have to decide the sign. Difference means one will be positive, one will be negative. Now think whether we should take 9 and minus 1 or minus 9 and plus 1. If we take 9 and minus 1, 9 into minus 1 will give us minus 9, okay. But 9 minus 1 will not give us minus 8. It will give us plus 8. We need minus 8. So we have to take minus 9 and plus 1. Minus 9 and plus 1. Check. Minus 9 into plus 1 is equal to minus 9. Satisfied. Minus 9 plus 1 is equal to minus 8. Minus 8, that is also satisfied. Okay. So x square minus 9x plus 1x means x. Minus 9 is equal to 0. The middle term I have split it. Okay. Minus 8x can be written as minus 9x plus x. Now we have 4 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4. From the first two terms, what is common? X. Remaining is x minus 9. From the second two terms, means last two terms, common is 1. Remaining is x minus 9, which is 0. So clearly, while solving quadratic equation or quadratic expression, okay, I told you that you should get the same expression. Then you are correct. Otherwise, there is some mistake. We are getting the same expression x minus 9, so it is correct. So x minus 9 common, x plus 1 is 0. It is in the form of a into b is equal to 0. If a into b is equal to 0, then a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0. Okay. So you can write x minus 9 is 0 or x plus 1 is 0. X is equal to 9 or x is equal to minus 1. Minus 1 is not possible because it is the side of a triangle. Side of a triangle cannot be negative or 0. So this is discarded. This is discarded. Okay. X is 9. So we got the value x. Our next target is to find the size. So AB is equal to x means 9 cm. BC is equal to 4x plus 4. 4 into 9 plus 4, which is 40 cm. Okay. AC is equal to 4x plus 5. 4 into 9 plus 5, which is 41 cm. So these are the sides of the triangle. AB is 9 cm, BC is 40 cm, AC is 41 cm. Now you can check, definitely this AC square means 41 square will be equal to 9 square plus 40 square. Definitely it will be same. Okay. So this is about Pythagoras theorem and converse of Pythagoras theorem. So this is the end of part 1. Thank you for watching.